they say like 99 days for the thief and 1 day for the owner. That's judgment right here, right? But then there's judgment above all of us, where you will need to tell God what you did to better the course of mankind while you stayed on this planet. And I have a couple of young people now. We're going to be talking about something else because the experts are remarking that over the past couple of years, there's been a dramatic rise in the consumption of hard drugs across Africa, and particularly in countries like Cameroon, where joblessness is on the up and the up. Now, away from the ones that people know, right, like marijuana, like heroin, and like cocaine, right? There are new drugs. Some of them are even synthetic. You know, like tramadol. It's just taking the place by storm. And sometimes you sit and wonder, where are we all heading to? You know, like I said before, the 200 young people who make up the population of Africa are going to remain this continent's ticking time bomb until solutions to problems like this one are resolved. And fortunately for us, we have young people who are, you know, taking up the bull by the horns. One would think that you guys should be, you know, be doing the drugs, but you are, you know, you are taking up the challenge to say this is not the way to go. Carl Foto, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Divine.
Such a pleasure to have you. Fien Veteran. That's the most beautiful name I've heard in decades, and every time I pronounce it, you know, I get goosebumps. I say, this is not Cameroonian.
I'm amazed. It's a
Thanks
pleasure.
for coming once again.
It's a pleasure being here.
Yeah, Carl, tell us. Can you stop this?
Okay, we first of all need to understand that the fight against drug abuse is a movement. It's not something we're gonna
one-off thing. You cannot claim like next week you'll be
Exactly.
done and dusted.
Exactly. So we can't really be convinced that we're going to clean it in 1 or 2 days. It's a progressive movement, and this movement, for it to succeed, it needs the cooperation of everybody, especially the cooperation of those advocates in the movement.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know you're partnering on this lofty idea with the Ministry of Public Health. There's the Cameroon Ministry of Public Health,
Yeah.
and it's a committee for the fight against drugs. Right. And let me just show our viewers this, right, just to prove that you guys have been afield and doing quite some good work for the young people in this place. Can it be halted? This is a long-term thing. Can drug consumption be halted when unemployment is on the rise, when joblessness keeps frustrating those guys leaving school and they find solace in alcohol and in drugs and so on? Can you ever think that you will stop consumption?
To an extent, yes, to an extent, no. So it's a two-way question. But you should understand that I used to tell my friends, and even when we have seminars, workshops, that there is no reason for you consuming drugs, because I don't see there is no particular reason that you can put forward which will be valid that can justify their reasons for taking drugs.
Okay.
Because you're saying that maybe as a result of the fact that I am particularly unemployed, I don't have something doing, peer pressure and all that thing, you think that you are failing every day. No, the moment you keep on, the moment you are failing, it's a moment that comes, it's a challenge that comes to you for you to be able to take a step forward. Right. And you going to drugs, you are taking a step backward. That's what we fail to understand. Because if you think that you take drugs and you take away from your problem, you take it at that moment, and you might, the problems you think that it's gone might go just for that moment. And the moment that drugs get off your memory, you are going back to the same problem
you're going back to the same problem with another problem.
And that even it becomes a double problem that you're even facing now, because your health situation is at stake.
Plus the drugs.
The drug issue that you're involved in.
Yeah, it is. I mean, so how are you rolling out the venture? How is it unfolding?
Okay. What we're touching is, first of all, the advocates, as I said, in the movement. Because at times, they are even the ones amplifying the issue.
All right.
Yeah, because for it to be of great success, we need to stop seeing drug abusers or consumers of illicit drugs as criminals. Let's start seeing them as, I don't know, as a patient who need help.
Okay.
Witnesses, let's say victims
All right.
who need help. And
but they're victims of their own making, right? Like fear and
something of that of such. And when speaking of statistics,
yes, I love
to
figures.
illicit drug consumers, we are not helping them. Instead, um, you are engaging them the more.
Yeah, because you give them numbers to show that they're not alone.
Exactly.
Right.
So
crowd,
the sense behind it is, okay, if 80 million inhabitants in the world, or okay, let's take for example the case of Cameroon. Out of maybe 20 million inhabitants, 5 are engaged in drug abuse, or they're consuming illicit drugs. You say, okay, I'm part of the majority. Why do you want me to get off of the statistics?
Mm-hmm.
So there is a method. A great advocate in the movement taught us, and I would like to express it to the public, because I think it's a method that needs to be exploited.
Go ahead.
It's a method that advocates really need to use. Let's approach those drug abusers friendly. Ask them, what would you like to be in the future? What would you like to do in the future? You're going to get answers. I would like to be an astronaut, a doctor, and so on and so forth. Then ask him, what do you need in order to achieve that purpose?
Okay.
Right? He's going to tell you things like devotion, hard work, and so on and so forth. That's great. But make him understand that the first thing he needs is the grace of God, first of all.
All right.
And secondly, he needs a healthy brain.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, ask him, when you consume drug, don't you think it's damaging your brain? Because there is a cellulose in the brain that, how can I say, when you consume those illicit drugs, or when you abuse drugs, it damages the cellulose, and it makes you to enter in a state of you don't fear anything anymore. Mm-hmm. You feel as strong, but instead you are damaging your brain without knowing. So once you damage your brain,
bold and courageous and audacious, you think you can fly, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So when that cellulose is damaged, you are damaging your brain, and when your brain is damaged, can you achieve your purpose?
End up in madness, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're mad, how can you be a doctor again?
Okay.
How can you think, and so on and so forth?
Now, last year, I mean, there was scandals across schools in Cameroon. You know, every now and then you heard a report about children being, napped with hard drugs in their possession and so on. Is this a campaign you're taking to the schools?
Yes, the campaign has been very intense in schools in particular, because we've been moving from Bukango, GHS, Bilingual Grammar School, Moliko, and the other schools within the Boya municipality. We've been taking it to the children, and we really intend to intensify the campaign. We've been having street campaigns like the United Nations International Day, the 26th of June, to celebrate the world fight against drug, illicit, as well as human trafficking. So we took that campaign in streets to identify the problems that get students into drug, that gets the youth into drugs.
What are they telling you?
Some of them, some of them said peer pressure.
Okay.
And I asked some of them, how do we come against this peer pressure? They said peer pressure, and again, possibly one or two, you might see the public smoking and all those geared towards peer pressure. Frustrations within the campus. Some of them even made a scenario like some of the students that they are depressed when lecturers call like the last 3 in class. You feel as if you are the most dullest person on earth. And that alone, it stereotypes their way of thinking. And now they feel as if education is not welcome to them. Why they should take another path. And so when we had the program with when we had the holidays campaign, in which the Ministry of Youth and Civics Education under the regional delegate who invited us for the program, he asked me to talk on the testimonies that youth have been giving to us, have been telling us why they get into drugs, and what are the possible solutions. I raised up some of the issues like peer pressure. And on peer pressure, which involve even the street smoking, I said it would be good that the government ban public smoking. And I'm reiterating it again, I'm not scared of anybody, because that is one of the ways to kill drugs within the streets. Smoking and other things. Drugs is not only involved about hard drugs. The illicit drugs, no. Tramadol are those legal drugs. Cigarettes are things that we consider to be legal because the government has not decriminalized it. And once you've not decriminalized it, it means that, once you've not criminalized the offense, it means that it is still legal. you can only talk about something that is bad when it has been criminalized according to the human mentality.
Okay.
So the government has a lot to play. Look at what
Well, what's the government telling you?
First
of all, they're supporting you, which means that they are giving you the thumbs up already.
Yes, with the program we had with them in Yaoundé, it was a training program for us to share ideas where we had other civil society organizations. You know that in Cameroon, the field of drugs, to combat drug and substance abuse, it's really timid.
Yeah,
it's
really
not
true.
something that you can see like other NGOs are into it. No, it's something which is timid, but it is a root cause to all societal problems.
Well, thank you, man. What's the response been? Are the children imbibing the message? Are they listening to you, Carl? Are you satisfied with the response you get from the grassroots?
Yeah, but I pray in the long run it should not be stay at this level.
Okay.
I pray it should go beyond what we are expecting, and by God's grace, we pray that this movement should end.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks a lot for coming, bros.
It's a pleasure.
You know what we're going to do now?
What?
We're just going to let you sit down and watch this, because it is the history of the evolution of the call box business in Cameroon. You know that they sell some of those tramadol
In call boxes.
tablets at the call
Yes,
boxes.
certainly.
Right, let's see how it's evolved. And if you stay on with us, we'll be telling you why the siege is going to be over very soon in Cameroon. There is a big event that's going to be rolled out from the 19th of this month. If you have a chance to be in Douala, you should find a place at Kanyabasi. It's called the Grace of God Mission International, right? That's where the siege is going to be over. If you've been captured by